Right, let's have a butcher's and see Wagwan. This is an auction property. Always check the legal pack, as well as auction fees. You may have additional costs and other property problems. Today, we are viewing a freehold back-to-back terrace house, 1 bathroom, 2 bedrooms. Parking is free, good to go. There is a small courtyard at the front of the property for outside space, and you can also access the kitchen from here. From Leeds city centre, the property is roughly a 10-minute drive and 15 minutes on the bus. Now, this property does have a storage room, of which we'll see later. First-time buyers. Not everyone, obviously, but for those specifically who feel like landlords should not exist, this property is for you. This is an ex-rental property being sold directly by a housing association. Now, obviously, we don't know if they're reducing their stock of properties or they're just selling this particular property. As you can see, it needs work. We've got some damp issues going on. However, tenants have moved out and this property is now being sold. As you can see, we can enter the kitchen directly from the little courtyard outside. This is quite useful actually, because if you think sometimes when the kitchen is at the back of the house, you've got to traipse with all your bags all the way to the back of the house, whereas here, I think it's probably about 3 or 4 steps down and you can take all your shopping directly into the kitchen. Let's go upstairs. So we walk directly into the living room. There's no separate hallway or anything. Let's go upstairs to the first floor. This is a nice starter home. Yes, there are issues that need to be addressed. You've got the damp, obviously, new kitchens, bathrooms, redecorate, flooring, etc. Going to assume that because this is a housing association property, that the gas and electrics are on point, but double check with your solicitors to see if the certificates are in the legals. Landlords, this property is in the selective license area of Beeston. If you are going to let out the property to an AST tenant, you need a license. However, if you are wanting to save the £825, Airbnbs do not require a license. So we will look at an Airbnb figure later on. What could you get per night if you was renting the property as a short-term let? The property is on a small cul-de-sac, so it's not a busy road. Do you know what I mean? So if you are letting it out on a short-term let and you got nosy neighbours, they're going to clock instantly that it's a short-term let. We have a storage room, which is small, but it can fit quite a bit of things. You know, you can fit your tools, you can fit a ladder, your little bits and pieces, or maybe you can get creative and turn it into maybe a mini dressing room. All sorts. Maybe it's a bit of a reach calling it a room. Do you know what I mean? But it's a storage space. As to be expected, there was no sales history for the property, probably been in ownership for a very, very long time. However, next door sold for £63,000 in September 2014. Right, let's do the Jim Jam test. Is a local shop close enough for us to pop in our Jim Jams on a Sunday morning? The EPC is a D rating. With the potential to be a B rating, that's not too shabby. Let's have a look at the rents for a 2-bed in the area. The local housing allowance for Leeds for a 2-bed is £772.89 per coming month. So potentially this is open to a housing benefit tenant. Got a little mini park. Now, sometimes in areas where it's kind of heavy on the back-to-back properties, you'll find a little outside space because your outside space that comes with the property is kind of limited. Let's have a look at how much for one night on short-term lets could you get for the property in the area. What is the full asking price in the region of? And we have our shop with a bus stop on our doorstep. Lovely jabbly. So, the big question is, would you buy to live, buy to let, or does Leeds need more investment before you even think about it? The last property that sold on the road, 2-bedroom terrace, was for £110,000, and that was December in 2023. How much did the property sell for, and did it sell within budget?